Spaghetti by Cynthia Rylant. It was evening, and people sat outside, talking quietly among themselves. On the stoop of a tall building of crumbling bricks and rotting wood sat a boy. His name was Gabriel, and he wished for some company. Gabriel was thinking about things. He remembered being the only boy in class with the right answer that day, and he remembered the butter sandwich he had for lunch. Gabriel was thinking that he would like to live outside all the time. He imagined himself carrying a pack of food and a few tools and a heavy cloth to erect a hasty tent. Gabriel saw himself sleeping among the coyotes. But next he saw himself sleeping beneath the glittering lights of a movie theater near the bus stop. Gabriel was a boy who thought about things so seriously, so fully, that on this evening he nearly missed hearing the cry from the street. The cry was so weak and far away in his mind that for him it could have been the slow lifting of a stubborn window. It could have been the creak of an old man's legs. It could have been the wind, but it was not the wind, and it came to Gabriel slowly that he did indeed hear something, and that it did indeed sound like a cry from the street. Gabriel picked himself up from the stoop and began to walk carefully along the edge of the street, peering into the gloom and the dusk. Then the cry came again, and Gabriel's ears tingled as he walked faster. He stared into the street, up and down it, knowing something was there. The street was so gray that he could not see. But not only the street was gray. There, sitting on skinny stick legs, wobbling to and fro, was a tiny gray kitten. No cars had passed to frighten it, and so it just sat in the street and cried its windy, creaky cry and waited. Gabriel was amazed. He had never imagined he would be lucky enough to one day find a kitten. He walked into the street and lifted the kitten into his hands. Gabriel sat on the sidewalk with the kitten next to his cheek and thought. The kitten smelled of pasta noodles, and he wondered if it belonged to a friendly Italian man somewhere in the city. Gabriel called the kitten Spaghetti. Gabriel and Spaghetti returned to the stoop. It occurred to Gabriel to walk the neighborhood and look for the Italian man. But the purring was so loud, so near his ear, that he could not think as seriously, as fully as before. Gabriel no longer wanted to live outside. He knew he had a room and a bed of his own in the tall building, so he stood up with Spaghetti under his chin and went inside to show his kitten where they would live together.